Welcome back to News Insights. My name is Victory. We'll be talking about Farotimi's bail. Engineer Kingsley, what do you think about his bail conditions?
Well, the bail condition is not so straightforward because people are not realizing there are two courts handling his matter.
Yes.
Okay, the first charges were brought against him by the magistrate, on the magistrate court in Ekiti by Afa Babalala for defamation of character, criminal defamation, which the Dele's team are saying there's nothing like criminal defamation in Ekiti. So that case is on, and that case actually is coming up for hearing today. There is this other second case that was brought against him for cybercrime by the police, by the IG on Friday. I think he has 12 count charges, emanating from his interview, on the book he wrote. That was basically on cybercrime. That was the one he got the bail on.
Oh.
Do you understand? So I've not heard about issue of bail on the one on the magistrate court. People are not paying attention to that detail that there are two courts handling his case.
Yes.
You understand? Or cases as it were, because one is a criminal defamation, the other one is a cybercrime, 12 count charges. So his bail is not very, very clear, even though he has been granted bail by the Federal High Court, by the High Court in Ekiti on 50 million naira, and they are confident of fulfilling the bail condition. I don't even know if it has been fulfilled by now completely. Okay, so that has happened, but that of magistrate court we do not know yet because the hearing is coming up today. But beyond the bail and all that, everybody kept saying that they didn't think what happened, what we know so far, had risen up to issues of criminal charge, except the one now that the police brought under the cyber crime. We are yet to really get the details because cyber crime can range from 419 to so we don't even know what the details are.
What if he even did this?
Maybe he did those things. So I guess that like I said, I am not against somebody. It's like Barrister have something to say.
Please, we are all.
Like I said, I am not against somebody defending himself or proving whatever you allege.
Yes.
But whether defamation is a crime is what we are yet to know or made clear entirely in Nigeria. They kept saying there is this criminal part of it, but it becomes difficult on when to know that you have stepped away from the civil part
to the
into the criminal part.
Maybe
Maybe Barrister will help,
yes, please help us.
give us a better insight on that.
Thank you very much. Like he said, people are just dancing away with the fairy. Like this morning, we woke up to see that he was charged with 12 count charges. And this time around, what he's charged with is close to treason and felony. But thank God he was given a bail just on mere oral application for his pay. We don't know what he formed the court because ordinarily, by the rules of court, we're supposed to file before you can move your bail application. But we are grateful to the court for doing that, the Federal High Court. Now, like I said, the one everybody is talking about that is all over the news is the one he was remanded at the magistrate court on Wednesday, and that is where that bail application is coming up this morning. What is Digat himself was that they were in Ekiti, and they get the wind that he was going to be arraigned this morning at the Federal High Court. So they rushed there. They were not even informed. So there could be more to come, like he said. We are just two cases already within how many?
Less than a week. And most people do not even know there are two cases. They kept thinking it's just one.
Just that case.
So there's every possibility that they will still dig up.
Yes, exactly.
So now when you come back to what he was saying, the defamation, the criminal, in the medieval law, defamation was of two pillars, the criminal and the civil. But in modern time, the criminal has been eroded because we found out that in the law expert found out that you cannot really establish, a criminal aspect of defamation because it's a crime or it's an offense committed against person to person. It's not committed against the state. So it's not a criminal offense. All criminal offenses are offenses against the state and not individual. The individual, they are just victims who are termed as witness, they call the PW. They call the PW and PW, depending on how many witnesses the police intend to call for that matter to prove their case. So I align with the legal team of Farotimi. There's no way, because I've taken my time to look at the Ekiti criminal code, where defamation is a criminal offense. So it's left to be determined by the court.
We've spoken about this Farotimi's case before. Can you just remind us about what he said?
Yeah, essentially, Farotimi's claim in the book are exhaustive. Because now it's the subject of the court, we are trying to be careful about handling that. But in general, people's concern, or everybody's concern, is that this guy is a social activist. Do you understand? Who has been speaking against this, do I say against the state, or against the government? You understand? And trying to entrench probity and in trying to ensure that the government works. You understand? So people are not trying to align these things with issue of this Babalola's case. The other day, I was the one even holding on in trying to separate both. But it's becoming clear that there is affinity between them, because police is now bringing charge against him. You understand? On cyber crime, based on his interview. They didn't even state, because they just rushed out, like you said. They didn't even state what he said categorically on that ground.
They just said he's a cyber kind of capable of
causing
anarchy.
They say it's capable.
That's why I said it's near treason.
Yeah, it's near, and now
it's inciting
now let me be honest
with you.
Now let me be honest with you in the issue of the bail. If really the enormity of the crime embedded in the 12-count charge of cyber crime,
you've said it all,
rises to the point of causing anarchy in the state, and the same person was granted bail based on oral application. How do you look at that? It means they are yielding to the pressure of people saying that they want to protest. Because take it or leave it, Dele is a social activist. He's known across Nigeria, and people see him to be speaking for the people. And when you are perceived, I mean, lawyers used to say that justice should not only be done, justice should also be seen as being done. Once people see you as doing justice, they are going to stand for you. And police themselves should be very clear, be very, very clear in making their charges not to be political. I want them. I mean, what informed them? If Babalola wasn't interested in arresting Dele,
would they have?
Which barrister has told us that nothing looks criminal, because it's a simple thing. If I offend you,
it's a
I'm not against it. It's you that should be against me.
For damage.
You can't understand. So why is police getting involved? Are they trying to do a kind of afterthought to redeem the arrest on
the charge at the magistrate court?
The charges at the magistrate court.
Just in case that one does not stand.
That is what exactly. No.
Yes.
They are Nigerians to redeem that action. Because they know
that will not stand.
It's not a criminal matter.
Yes.
Two, the magistrate court does not have jurisdiction.
Yes.
So for the so-called
there has to be a court.
And then you see they cleverly went to a federal high court, not Ekiti State High Court.
Not Ekiti State.
A federal high court sitting at Ekiti.
So they are trying to make good the error. And unfortunately or fortunately, Nigerians are at the forefront of this. Why I say fortunately, whatever comes out of this case is going to serve as precedence. It's going to be a growth.
So you have to be very careful.
Things don't come easy. I've always told you, you can't destroy corruption overnight. The other day, we were talking about labor issues. I told them that the overtime that is being paid today was fought for. 40 hours work week was fought for. This is were not dashed, they were not given. Do you understand? So growth has to be fought for. And eventually making it clear that there is nothing criminal about libel probably has to be established in this case. I hope they drag it all to Supreme Court one more time. And hopefully nobody approaches the Supreme Court.
The truth is that if even the magistrate give court and it's not appeal against, it's the law.
It's still the law.
We
at that
cite
level,
it.
Yes.
Until it's appeal against, it's still the judgment of the court, and it's the law. If that's the interpretation of the law, because no law is a law until it's being tested in the law court. What we mean by tested is being interpreted. That is, the issue came up and if it's argued before a court of law and a judgment is given, that is when it's a law, especially constitutional law.
And that is why we are really, we Nigerian people, no matter Nigerians of all walks of life, are interested in this case. Because we look up to judiciary to make a law. Like he has said, no matter what the legislature write there, until it's interpreted by the judiciary, it's not a law. Now, imagine somebody going to give money behind, like is alleged in the leaked document. Somebody going to give money behind and buy the judgment that will rule over 200 million people. That is something we are not going to sweep under the carpet. We are interested in this case, not only because of Dele, because they claim that somebody sowed a seed of buying judgment as far back as 24 years ago. Somebody that is highly respected. We need to know if that was true or not. No. We can't just sweep it under the carpet by releasing Dele or not. Even when you release Dele.
So it goes beyond Dele.
It goes beyond Dele.
It goes beyond him.
I mean, what's the hope of common man again, if you can remind me? The judiciary.
You know, he said,
is it the one that has been bought?
You know, he said, everything that we enjoy in this world is being fought for. Evil growth is being fought for. And mind you, fighting is different way. Like, going with him, we know what Dele is doing is fighting for the growth of the judiciary, the growth of democracy.
Yes.
Whichever way it goes, it's a fight.
Yes.
And the end will tell where do we go from here. That is why I said, yes, we are all interested in this. Whether if Dele is proved right or wrong, something has been said. If people were doing it before, or they have the intention of doing it, with this revelation, people will be careful. Even those people who are receiving, they also should be careful, because what you think you are doing behind door is being seen outside. So I think it's a good war that he has started. We should all encourage him.
Yes. And sometimes what you think you are placed behind you 20 years ago, 24 years ago,
it will still come
to find you.
To find you. Thank you very much for this, for your opinion on this. It's been very insightful. We'll be right back.